EA Sports to the game.
I'm here on the Los Angeles campus of Electronic Arts, more commonly known as EALA. It's here that games like Command & Conquer are conceived, developed, and tested. As you can see, this isn't your average place of business. Its unique atmosphere, facilities, and more importantly, innovation process are what put EA at the top of its industry. We took a behind-the-scenes look at the game development process and met with a few of EA's testers to learn how things are done.
Let's go see where the magic happens.
The game development process starts with concept discovery. This is where the development team tries to come up with a concept and a storyline and sort of the overall creative feel of the game. From there, a small team is assembled, and this starts where it's called a X-Slice. X-Slice is a small portion of one level where the actual creativity and assembling of the game begins. From there, they move to X-Level. X-Level is an entire complete game level. This is all features, everything up to a beta level game. After X-Level, we move to a push to alpha. And the push to alpha encompasses getting all the features in the game working.
We test on every console you can imagine, so we're testing everything from Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2, Xbox One, Nintendo DS, PlayStation Portable, the Wii.
From there, the development team moves to the push to beta. And the push to beta is really fine-tuning all those features and making sure there's zero bugs in the game.
One of the keys to EA's innovation process is quality assurance, more commonly referred to as QA. This is where they test the games to find bugs.
I basically am the project lead, and of course you start with zero bugs. And as you go through the project, the bugs will start to increase, and in an ideal project you want to have sort of a bell curve like that so that it eventually ends up at zero. You want the bulk of the bugs to be in before alpha and then sort of peak a little after that. And then of course, where it gets down to zero, this would be beta. The reason why we spend so much time in predicting these bugs is because we want to make sure that the bulk of it gets done in this area here. If things get late, then basically what happens is we start entering the bugs later, and of course this comes like this, and then what's going to happen for them to reach zero is they have to just basically fix and cut all these bugs here.
I do a lot of management of bugs. I have to make sure that the bugs are quality so that the development team can actually understand what they're saying and hopefully fix the issue. When you're testing a game, you're playing maybe the same mission over and over again and trying to find issues that normally would not be found by our usual game player.
We basically play the game, and any issues we find, like falling through walls, could be anything. Character disappears, it gets stuck, all these things. And the devs take a look at that and fix it.
Well, we grade severities here like a grading system in school, A through D. An A bug would be something like start the game, select the secret sword, and the game crashes.
You have to get creative with how you test the game. If you play the game the same way every time, then you won't find any new issues.
The testers interact directly with game developers, letting them know what is and is not working inside the game. In here, it's a little bit more like a call center or a boiler room where we're going to get as many testers putting their hands on the game as possible.
QA is vital because without QA, there wouldn't be any fine-tuning of the game. So it's sort of like the difference between an author and an editor. If the author doesn't have an editor, the work is never going to get perfected.
Developers and testers use every project as a learning experience for future game development. So even after the game is completed, the EA team is still at work.
I think postmortems are the #1 thing to basically continue to improve on your process. The fact that we have postmortems after every project so that we learn from our mistakes and we understand, sort of looking at those bug curves, seeing how different situations happen. And, after iterating on so many games and so many projects, you would hope that you would get a lot better.
As you've seen here today, from concept discovery through testing and quality assurance, EA's innovation process produces a great gaming experience for end users like me.